So the other day, basically what happened is Twitter exploded. Twitter exploded. I don't know all the details. It's always better to go into these types of readings blind. But all I know is one of my subscribers sent me an email and said, Queen, is Twitter dead? Is this the end of the platform as we know it? And I was like, okay. All I know is Elon took over. I know it was a lot of controversy around that. I know he reinstated Donald Trump's account. And I know that half of the workforce quit. I don't know why, but I know half of the workforce quit. So today we're going to look at the cards to see, is Twitter gone? I really don't care because, to be honest with you, I'm not really a Twitter fan. But yeah, let's get into it. I am QueenAusetHeru, and thank you for joining me for another wonderful edition of Ask an Aquarius. If you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button and smack the bell. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and pass it on to someone else who will like it too. Please leave us a positive comment in the comment section. Let me know what you think about Twitter and this whole Elon Musk takeover. If you would like to get a reading done, please email me or hit me up on social media. My Patreon, my personal information, my Ask an Aquarius merchandise, my Amazon wish list, my Cashapp in case you want to give a donation to the channel, my PayPal. All of that is underneath this video. So let's get started because I want to tell you what I see. All right, so this is the first one. Second one. Third one. Now the first thing I want you to take notice of is that all of these cards are in the reverse. Okay, I'm going to turn them over because I want you to see the artwork and I want to be able to talk about them. But remember, they all came up in the reverse. Now the reverse is not always bad, but with these cards it is. The world, not bad, but it's not great. Let me explain. The first card is the Three of Swords, and the Three of Swords came up in the reverse. The Three of Swords is never a good card. I don't care what way it comes up. If it's reversed, it's just worse. Basically, whenever I see the Three of Swords come up in my cards, I'm like, oh, damn. It always indicates some type of heartache, some type of issue. And when it comes up reversed, Elon actually feels like he's been cursed. And it's kind of interesting to me because I was under the impression, I don't know anything about business. I thought this was a lucrative business deal, but clearly he doesn't think so. He feels like he's been cursed. He feels like, you know, the rain is falling on him. The roller coaster is closed and he wanted to go for a ride. Okay. This first one is telling us that things are awful as far as he's concerned and some of the employees, because we have other people in the picture. So it's awful. It's just an awful situation. And everybody is just like, Now, when you see Elon on television or when you see him talking or he's tweeting or whatever, you don't get this energy from him. He comes off like everything is okay, but deep down inside, he feels cursed and like his whole, you know, situation could fall apart. From what I understand, he landed a lot of money into this deal and is probably going to put a lot more money into it to whip it into shape. And if it doesn't work, he could stand to lose a substantial amount of his fortune. So I will be upset too. The second card is the World reversed. The world is almost always a good card. But when it's reversed, it indicates having to go back and do something again, having to go back and fix something. And one of the things that I see with this card is a cycle. So we've come to the end of a cycle with Twitter. So yes, Twitter is done as we know it. The Twitter that we know, you know, it's not going to look the same after he's done mushing and, you know, shaping it. He definitely intends to put some effort into that. So yes, that Twitter is done, but he's intending to create something new from this situation. And then this one here, the Seven of Wands reversed. You see the little goblins are trying to beat each other. They're trying to beat each other with these sticks. So he's going to try to whoop this shit into shape, okay? He's going to try to beat this ship into shape. He's going to try to get Twitter up and running. He's going to go in. He's going to overwork the people that are left, because I understand that people left. So whoever is left, they're going to get overworked, and he's going to try to go on a hiring spree to hire people that will allow him to beat on them to get Twitter back into shape. He's not going to be a very pleasant person to work for, as we see here. He's going to be trying to whoop you to make you, if you work for him, he's going to try to make you more like him. He's going to try to whip you into a Elon clone or something like that, you know. He's going to make you work hard, and hard work isn't a bad thing. I would never say that. But my issue with this kind of hard work is that it's all for him. It's all for his ego. It's all to feed, you know, his greed, his green-eyed monster, you know. So I'm just like, I gotta work for you. I wouldn't want to work for him, to be honest with you. If it was me and I had any other option, I would take it, because he's going to be difficult to work for, and I don't really feel like for the employees it's going to be really worth it. You know, I don't see the benefit. Maybe long term, maybe if they hang in there long term, there could be a benefit. But in the short term, it's going to be a lot of hard work, a lot of nasty energy. It's going to be a lot of that. So if I had an option, I would take it. Now, those who stick in there with him, if it works, because remember, we're getting ready to see if it's going to work or not. So if it works, those who stick in there may get a slight benefit from it, but they're going to go through it to get it. Let's see. Here are our clarity cards. So here we have loss, disappointment, and sorrow. So he definitely felt the loss of all those people walking out. He's very disappointed. I don't know why he's disappointed, because I don't know exactly what it was he asked for, but from what I understand from the tweets that I saw, people were very upset, and they walked out because he made an ultimatum. It was something to the effect of, y'all gonna do what I say or get out. Basically is what he said. Now, anybody who is, you know, a leader, sometimes that has to happen. I understand that. But the way that he did it, it didn't have to. So he has lost a lot. You see the balloon just flew away, you know. So he's lost a lot. And look how much he lost. He lost 3 balloons. The other person only had 2 balloons. So he lost about a third of his workforce based on this. So it's like a lot of people left. And like I said before, he'll be able to recover some of those people. And that's exactly where his plan is. 6 of Pentacles. So his plan is to get more people in, overwork the ones that he does have. Pentacles is about incentives and money, and you know he's going to try to, he's going to find some type of way to entice people to stay or entice people to come in, those kind of things. So he's going to do his best to try to balance this out, and he's going to throw some money at it. The 6 of Pentacles, you throw money at something. So he's going to throw some money at it, and he's going to try his damnedest. He's not just going to give up. He really has a lot to prove. He has a huge ego. Based on that green-eyed monster, he has a huge ego. Alright. Let's see what else is going on. Well, he got the recuperation card. Well, the company in him got the recuperation card, the gossip card, and the autumn card. So what this is telling us, I love this gossip card, but I don't want the glare in your face. There we go. What this is telling us in the first card is that he's going to try to recuperate this company. He is going to try to make Twitter a shining example of what he believes social media should be. He's going to recuperate or try to recuperate this company to the point that it's something that he can be proud of. And I can't hate on that, because if I was him, that's what I would do too. I would try to recuperate, my image and the company and things like that. And whether or not it will work is going to remain to be seen. The second card is the gossip card. There's a lot of gossip. I agree with this. There's gossip online. There's gossip at the company. There's gossip amongst the millionaires about if he's going to fail and if he's stupid or not, or if he's a genius or not. There's constant gossip going on about this. There's videos like this one. There's news videos. There's constant gossip going on about this situation, and it's going to continue. There's going to be tweets about it. It's going to be all kind of stuff. I've seen like 15 videos as I was just scrolling, of different news outlets and Donald Trump's account and this, that, and the third. So it's a lot of gossip. This is going to be a hot topic for quite some time, probably until people see what's going to happen. I remember the other day there was an article about how Stephen King got into it with Elon Musk, and they were arguing about something about the blue check mark, and Stephen King said he ain't paying for it, and Elon said whatever he said. So it's going to continue to be this circus. It's going to continue to be a circus and gossip. And number 3 is autumn. This is the funniest part about this whole thing. Elon thinks that by the end of the autumn, he will have turned things around, or at least they will have begun to turn around. And for any of you that are sitting there with your eyebrow raised, yeah, I said autumn, because you and I both know that autumn ends in December. December, or usually around, it's the equinox. So the solstice, it's called the solstice, the winter solstice. So usually around the 19th, 20th, 21st, somewhere in that area. So he's estimating that by a month from now, basically, he should have turned things around by the end of the autumn, is what he's telling us. And by next autumn, which would be, the next fiscal year, everything should be sitting pretty, and he should have, shut up all the haters and the naysayers. That's what he thinks. So you mean to tell me you think you're going to turn this around in 30 days and be king of the hill within one fiscal year? You know something? If he pulls it off, more power to him. More power to him. Okay? All right, here's our last 3 cards. So these are the cards recommendations for Elon. Elon don't watch my channel, so he'll never know what the cards said, but you and I will know. And let me get the glare out your face. The glare is a glaring, isn't it? Well, I'm going to pull this forward. There we go. All right, so number 1, they said Elon needs to meditate. He needs to relax. He needs some peace. He needs some serenity. I know that at this time, he's on his, his horse, but he has to make time in his day to relax. If I was him, I would probably hire Deepak Chopra or some, guru on a mountain somewhere, and I would do a daily meditation for peace and serenity, because Elon will have a nervous breakdown. I don't know if this is true or not, but one of the employees at Twitter said he was in the bathroom crying. Now, I don't know if this is true, like I just said, but if that's the case, he really does need to meditate on peace and serenity and continue to work on this. That's fine. That's a smart thing to do, but he got to calm down. If you're in the bathroom crying at work, you really need some help. Maybe see a therapist, or talk to somebody that can do his chakras or something. He needs some peace. He needs to relax on a daily basis. While he's still doing this project, he needs to make time for that. And I know that most of us, when we're on a big project like this, don't, but he needs to, because he can mess around and have a nervous breakdown. Number 2, change and progress. Let me show it to you. And let me flip it a little bit to the side and flip this one in. There we go. So change and progress. So he also is going to try to change, and like I just got finished telling you, he's going to try to change things. And it might not be everything. He might leave some things that are working, but he's going to try to change some things, and he's going to try to bring some progress to Twitter. He does have good ideas, but his motives are the problem, because think about it. He reinstated Donald Trump. He didn't reinstate Donald Trump because of any other reason than he thought it would benefit him. He thinks that this whole controversy will bring traffic to Twitter, which it has, because I heard him say, or saw him tweet, I should say, on one of those news channels that Twitter had more engagement than ever. over these controversies. So he let Trump or whoever he lets back on, not because he really gives a smack about him, but because he's hoping to bring engagement. He's hoping Trump will come back, start saying crazy shit in the middle of the night again, and people will, all the magma people or all the other people, all the hate watchers, everybody basically will flock back around to Twitter, and it'll help him. So this is really all to help him, so to progress as a person and as a company. But it's not because he's trying to do something good or not. You see, it's not like, he's like, I'm trying to do something helpful. He don't care about being helpful. He cares about his ego and not looking stupid, not losing all his money, and winning, quote unquote. So that's what all this change and progress is about, and that's what he is going to do, and that's what the cards tell him to do. They tell him you should make changes, you should make progress, but he should do it for the better and not just out of ego and greed. That's really where his mistake is. And the last one here says, yeah, that's what I was talking about, not ego and greed, to do it for positive change. This is what the cards are saying. Now, we all know Elon ain't gonna do this. I don't even have to wonder, but the cards are recommending, because the cards always will. The cards always recommend the right thing to do. The right thing to do is for him to actually use this platform for positive change, because he can. I mean, I know somebody told me that he took over Tesla, that Tesla, it wasn't that those were his ideas, it was that he took over the company. But my thing is that he has enough money and power and influence that this could be a good thing. And I don't feel it going in that direction. I feel it going towards his ego once again. But it could be a good thing, like the cards are saying. He has one of the largest platforms in the entire world. He could really be using it for positive change. Imagine if he was using his platform to encourage, environmental issues, or using the platform to encourage awareness or anti-bullying or love amongst man. I mean, just common decency. Imagine if he used the platform for that instead of reinstating somebody who's going to come and destroy. Donald Trump brought so much hate to the country, and we're in the country. I'm not even in the country. I left the country after he took over, because I was like, oh no, I already knew I was too black, too lesbian to be in the country underneath him. So my thing is that all that hatred, the last time I visited, all that hatred energy is still in the air. People are still reeling off of that. He brought all of that. So Elon is coming forward using Trump to try to use that energy to, because people know, unfortunately, negativity does sell. It does draw people. Gossip, negativity, it does. If you spin something positively, less people are going to watch it than if you spin it negatively. It's the unfortunate fact of life. I've seen it here on YouTube, and I've seen it all over the world. I've seen it in the news. So basically, he's going to use that negativity to spin and to, benefit from it instead of using this platform for positive change. So the cards are saying that, that's what he should do. And that's what I hope he does do, but I don't have a lot of faith in it. So Twitter's not dead, everybody. Elon is going to fight and try to keep it alive. And does he have a good shot at it? He actually pretty much does. He has all the resources that he needs to pull it off. The question is, will he pull it off? Because just because you have the resources doesn't mean you'll put them together properly. If I was going to put money on it, I would say he's either going to make it, a new, thing and progress, or he's going to end up selling it to someone else to get it off of his hands. It's going to be one or the other. I don't really think he wanted to do this deal. I think that he kind of wanted to do it, and it looks like to me he put his foot in his mouth. So I really do think that if he found somebody who was more interested, he probably would sell, but not immediately. He's going to try to prove the world wrong, because a lot of people think he's going to fail, and he's going to try to prove the world wrong, and he does have the ability to do so. So let's see if he plays his cards right. All right, guys, thank you for hanging out with me. You come back soon, because I got a lot more to say. See you later.